What's up, y'all? Neighbor Bob here. It's 9/2/2018, and I'm not going to ask what it'd be like today because I'm speaking to people that are and have been going through protracted benzodiazepine withdrawal and or SSRIs also many times. This video is about so many people that I've had contact me in the last year, either via email or by telephone. Many oftentimes have. I get a lot of questions and contacts from, there's so many people here. There's, just to name a few, there's Penny, Monica, Yvonne, Christian, Mike, Casey, Lucinda, Shelley, Eric, and Stacy, and so many more that I'm forgetting because my memory's not so good. But I've been in contact off and on with most of these people, and just to let you know some of the questions that a lot of people ask, they get so disheartened that they're not healing from the benzos, and it just going through this benzo withdrawal when you have your nerve endings when they're reuptaking like that, it is so, seems so hopeless. I mean, I was there myself. I didn't have a lot of support when I went through it. I didn't really know what was going on that much. I wasn't in any groups till at the very end. I started talking to some people that had it. I didn't know what a window was because I didn't have any windows. Mine was full on raging hell for, well, I tapered off of 2 milligrams of Klonopin over an 8-month period, and then it took another year and 9 months. So I think total about 2.2 years to get off that. And the whole 2.2 years, I was basically going through hell. Depersonalization, derealization, terrible burning nerve pain, you name all the different things that people have with benzo withdrawal. To give you an idea, a lot of people call up and they say, I'm having this, can this be a symptom? Well, I'll put a link in the description. I don't remember where I found it, but I found an exhaustive alphabetical list that somebody compiled of possible symptoms that people have had with benzo withdrawal. It's utterly amazing to me. The list is pages long. I wouldn't attempt to read it. It's so long. You have to go down there and click the link and read it for yourself, and you'll probably see most, if not all, of your symptoms there. Oh my goodness, I know people that have had really, really bad symptoms. I know people that are sleeping standing up. They're in so much pain. I know people that are all alone, don't have anybody to care for them, and they're burning pain from the bottoms of their feet to the tips of their hair on their head. You know, their whole body's on fire with pain. You've got nerve endings, trillions of them in your body, and these benzo withdrawal lights them all up, it seems like, at the same time. I know people that have terrible rectal pain. So the pain can be anywhere. It can be in your private parts, your rectum. It could be anywhere in your whole body. You could be suffering pain. Another young guy that talked to me, he was out in California. He was worried. He was having these intrusive thoughts. That's another thing that's just terrible with it. These intrusive thoughts that he was going to jump off of a balcony. He said, what should I do with that? And I said, I wouldn't go around any balconies. You know, seriously. People have thoughts of stabbing other people, shooting them, stabbing them. It's just, you just feel like you've lost your mind because basically when you're in benzo withdrawal, you basically have lost your mind, in my opinion, for a short time anyway. I myself used to keep a club and a knife on my headboard and a loaded gun very nearby me. I unloaded the gun. I took the knife and the club away. I didn't want to wake up in the middle of the night and be beating my wife with the club or stabbing her with the knife or shooting her with the gun. As awful as that seems, these are things that go through people's mind. So, I'm here to tell you today what to do when you can't take it anymore. I know somebody recently said that they they thought they were dying. I've heard this many oftentimes. And also people think that their situation is worse than everybody else's, when it is, because it's happening to you. And it may be worse than a lot of people's, but I've talked to a lot of people that thought they had it bad, and other people, what they're going through is a nightmare. So it's all relevant to yourself. But used to wake up in the middle of the night with what they call air hunger. I didn't even know what it was. I don't know why it happens. It's like a really claustrophobic feeling, like you said, about 12 concrete blocks on your chest and laying in bed, and you can't get your breath. And normally at night I like to sleep really dark. I keep the completely black in there. I keep the little red digital alarm clock up where I have to raise my head up to see it even. But I'd wake up in the middle of the night with that air hunger, and I'd be gasping for air, and I would go over and I would open the drape up to get some light in there, because I was like claustrophobic, which I'm normally not at night. Like I like it dark. I'd open the drape up and I'd stand up and I'd start taking some deep breaths. I was like, thought I was going to die. I thought just any minute, that's it, I'm going to die. I'm going to have a heart attack. People think they have cancer. You think that something has got to be so bad, terminal wrong with you, that you're going to die. And these benzos are such a defeating thing that they make you think that that you're never going to get over it. It seems like you're never going to get over it. I was in that for 2.2 years. And my goodness, it seemed like 10 or 15 years. It's ridiculous. So what to do when you think you can't take it anymore? I used to get up and look in the bathroom mirror when I felt like any second I was going to die. And I would look at myself and splash some water on my face. And I get some deep breaths and calm myself down. And I look at myself, and I've said this before, I don't look nearly as bad as I feel, not even close, in the mirror. And then I'd tell myself, I'd say, you're all right. It's the benzos screwing with you. That's all it is. It's a benzo screwing with your mind and screwing with your nerves and screwing with your whole nervous system. I said, you're fine. You're going to get through this. And past that, you want to grab a hold of anything. I know so many of you out there that I've talked to have lost many things. You've lost relationships, husbands, family members, friends. They've all deserted you because of benzos. It's just amazing, all the hurt that's went on from the benzos. It's unbelievable the things that people go through when they get off benzo withdrawal, from the isolation, other people not believing what they're going through. Oftentimes it just helps somebody like me just to tell you that you're going to be okay. If you hang in there and you don't kill yourself, if you don't end it yourself, you're going to be okay. I really do believe that, because so many people have went on to heal from this. And usually it's like myself. It's usually an overnight thing. When I went to bed last early September, feeling all those symptoms that I had, feeling like there was no end to it, I woke up the next day and slept longer. And it took me a while, like I said before, to realize that something was really different about that day. And then I just realized that my journey through benzo withdrawal was over. It was completely done with. And I haven't had, I had a little bit of the burning nerve symptoms just a few weeks ago, or maybe a month ago. I had a little bit of the remnant burning down my low back, down my legs, and not in my back of my neck where I used to have real bad, but I had it in my low back also, down my legs. And I had just a little few days of that for whatever reason, but that's the only symptom that I've had that's returned. Through the keto diet and the intermittent fasting, my stomach is much better. I was down to 199 pounds this morning. I'm feeling better than I have in many years. And I'm convinced that you too, if you look down through that list that I'm providing you, you'll see that your symptoms are not you're probably all on that list. I would assume there's a very exhaustive list. I would assume your symptoms are on that list. There's so many symptoms that people have reported. And everybody's different, so everybody has different symptoms. Some people have pressure in the head and feel like their head's going to blow up. All kinds of things can come from this. So I'm here to tell you to get through it. What you've got to do is you've got to reach down and you've got to grab a hold of anything that you can. Your love for life, your love for family. I use anger a lot. I cannot stand that I let this big pharma poison me like that. And I was like, hell no, I ain't going out this way. They're not doing this to me. I was pissed off. You know, it really makes me mad that big pharma doesn't have a face. There's no one guy that you can blame for it. It's just a name, big pharma. You know, I wish it had a face so I could punch it or something, because I get so angry to see what this has done to so many people's lives. Like I said, the flip side is you reach down and you grab a hold of the love you have for your kids and your family, your friends, just life in general, how your life used to be, everything that benzos took away from you. You can get all that back. And I know no matter how bad you are, if you especially do some things proactively, clean up your diet, get those B vitamins in there, that nutritional yeast, very important. I do 3 or 4 tablespoons of it a day, loaded with B vitamins that are necessary to rebuild your nerves. That is something very important right there. The B vitamins from the nutritional yeast, I think, helped me a lot. But clean that diet up. Don't be taking in a bunch of neurotoxic stuff. As I've said before, diet is key. Organic, whatever you do, do organic. You might want to try keto. You might want to try a little intermittent fasting. But at least do organic. Get the pesticides out of there, the Roundup, the dicamba, everything you're taking in if you're not eating organic. All these things are neurotoxic to your brain and bad on your nerves, not letting them reuptake. So next time you feel down or all the time and you've had these symptoms going on for so long a time and you think that there's no hope for you, that you're worse than everybody else, I've seen so many people like that heal, myself included. And I just wish I had somebody to tell me at the time that what I was experiencing was normal and that everything was going to be all right. But what you are experiencing is normal. If you look at that list, it's not all right, but it's normal. Unfortunately, it's the things that you have to go through. And when you crawl out the other end of this hell, of this benzo withdrawal, you're going to be like a new person. I know for myself, I have a much greater respect for my health. I would never put any kind of drug in my mouth that was psychoactive drug, any SSRIs, any benzos. I don't use any painkillers. I'm off the thyroid medicine. I just feel so calm all the time. And the last thing that left me was from the benzos. I had terrible, even up to a couple months ago, I had terrible tiredness, just chronic fatigue, which I've dealt with before in my life. Crushing fatigue. I didn't feel like getting out of the chair. And now I have so much more energy now that I'm on a ketogenic diet and I'm burning ketones and living off my fat instead of my carbs. So I just wanted to go through those things with you today. I know Mary's going through a hard time too. I forgot to mention her. So many people that have got a hold of me, and they've asked me, the two main things they've asked me is, how can I keep going on? And they've said that they don't think they're going to get any better, and they think they're terminally ill or something. And I highly doubt that to be the case. I think you're going to wake up one day like me, and you're going to be right as rain. And how sad would that be if the day before that came, you took your own life? And I worry about people right now. There's a couple of people that I haven't been able to talk to lately that I've sent messages to and they haven't got back to me. And I wonder if they're even alive, because I shudder to think of how many people have given up hope in this and killed themselves tragically. I know there's been a lot. So, how to get through this again? Day by day, minute by minute, hour by hour. You just keep on keeping on. You don't give up. You don't think that there's no more hope. There's hope. As long as you're breathing, there's hope. Take advantage of that hope and continue to fight until you're well, like I am and so many others have been. Take care.